your girl Lady J. Say, car talk, car talk, car talks with Meg, car talks with Meg, car talk, car talk, car talks with Meg, car talks with Meg. Affirming an all-inclusive podcast where all topics matter.
My heart go boom boom like supernova girl. Hey, make my heart go boom boom. Y'all know what that's from? Probably not. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Lady G, and we are here back with another Card Talks episode. So far, I am enjoying myself. I am enjoying everything that I am putting out for you all to receive. And as you all are giving back to me, I give back to you. I like the give and take relationship that we have developed, that we have. I love it. Keep it up. Shout out to all my supporters, all 30 of my subscribers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for checking in on my episodes. I'll make sure that I do better with sharing or promoting when I post. But remember, hit that bell for notifications of when I post my episodes every Tuesday. Okay? Every Tuesday. All right. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to, show my apparel off a little bit. And I'm hoping that, let me see if I can, you see that? Okay. Hoping that I could get some more, girl, what is this? Girl, hold on, let me fix my mic. There it go. Hold on. There we go. Now we in action. Okay. So as I was saying, shout out to, the person that gave me the apparel. Let me see if y'all can see that. There you go. The apparel that I have on. This is Azaré. This is an elephant, if you can't tell. I hope. It's an elephant. Kid Splash, who created this apparel, I think is dope. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I want one. Let me have, you know what?" And I showed her actually some shoes that I had. If I can find a video, I'm gonna share it. But I showed her some shoes that I had that I needed a hoodie to, and she ended up making me a hoodie. That's dope to have those type of connections. So, again, shout out to y'all, Azaré Oil. And I don't know if she's still doing the hoodies and crew necks. If not, I would like to get some made for just me, possibly. Thanks. Anyway, so topic of the hour today. So I am a fan of music. I love music. Who doesn't, to be honest? Who doesn't? It lifts your spirits. It allows you to feel and validate you when you feel a certain type of way. When you listen to the right song when you're mad, it validates you. When you listen to the right type of song when you're sad, it validates you. When you listen to the right type of song when you're in the mood, it validates you and your partner. When you listen to the right type of song when you're happy, when you're excited, when you need some motivation, it validates you. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mug's mad at their partner or at somebody, they find a song that says exactly how they feeling and they sing them lyrics like they mean it because the song validates you. You know, if the song say you're a nasty, cheating, dirty scoundrel, you gonna sing that song and you gonna even probably record yourself singing it and send it to the nasty, dirty, cheating scoundrel. You know? So it validates you. So to get into that, I did some music that motivates me, and that's that gospel music. I want to do music that comes from the soul. And who better to talk about that than Lady G herself? We're going to talk about my music because my music comes from the soul. It comes from deep within. And there's a lot of music that I have done that is not released. So please, just for those of you that will hear this and be like, "Oh, where can I find that song?" You can't. Sorry. You can't. I have to do better with releasing my music. So this is my way of releasing it and motivating myself to finally get it out there and releasing it. So again, these songs that you will hear, I will show videos and I will also play music that is just, that I have just in my archives. And maybe that I have shared somewhat in some way on social media platforms. But my music that I will show you that is on YouTube you can go and look up and I'll show you how. And I think it's like 3 videos that I have on YouTube. Other than that, the rest of the music that I have out, you either have to follow me on Facebook, Celia Carr, CeliaCarr. Follow me on Facebook. I am not accepting friend requests because you can just see all of my material on my social media because it's not private. Just go follow me on social media. And yeah, that's where you can check out some of my reels where I have some music that I have not released yet, like the audio that I have not released on my page. Some of this music that I'm going to play is just going to be on my page. It's not on anything else. So with that being said, so Lady G comes from a place of, where does Lady G come from, to be honest? Like, this is crazy because I haven't asked myself any of these questions. Y'all are getting the raw, authentic, you know what I'm saying? Like me literally breaking down who Lady G is to me. And I am going to talk this thing out to y'all. And y'all tell me what y'all think, if it makes sense. And also, any artist, original content, any artists who have any original content and y'all want me to touch base or test it or listen to it on my podcast, put it down in the comments. Shoot me a text if you got my number. Comment on Facebook, or shoot me a DM, something like that. Email me and let me know what song or what artist you all want me to interview and have their music on my podcast as well, because I am open to digesting music on my podcast. And what better way, or what better person to start off than with me, myself, and I, Lady G. So let's get into it real quick. Lady G stands for great. Lady Great is what I call myself. And it's crazy because a lot of people assume that because my previous last name being Greer, a lot of people assume that my name was Lady Greer. No. Lady G, Lady Great. I've always called myself Great. And I always tell my kids to remember that you are great. Lady G is for great, but I'm also considering changing the G to something else. I'm not going to say what it is. But Lady G, it stands for Lady Great. So Lady G comes from a place of, literally, I remember that I was going through so many names as an artist. And those of you that have experienced this as well can attest to this, and remember that it's definitely something, because when you're an artist and you're trying to come up with these stage names, they don't just come to me, to be honest. Like, I used to sit and write poetry, because I wrote poetry first before I wrote any type of music. I wrote poetry, but I always loved hip hop music. I've always loved hip hop. R&B somewhat. I like to, listen to R&B, but I love writing hip hop. And when I was writing poetry, I've told this story before, but before I knew I could write poetry, I had a pastor that spoke into my life and told me that I would be writing a book of poems. And when I heard that, I'm like, ugh, poetry, book of poems. What? Poetry, poems. And I did not know I had the skill of writing music. I did not know. I knew that I loved music. I knew that I loved the arrangement of music and, behind the scenes of how music came to be, how a song came to be. But I did not know I had the ability to write music, right? So when that was spoken into my life, I ended up, starting or trying to write poetry. And long story short, I ended up writing a poem. My very first poem, I remember I had to MC a youth service. And I was nervous because I did not know that I had a gift to be in front of people and to MC and to host and stuff like that. I didn't know. And I was, nervous about it. And I'm like, how can I make this easier for me in introducing myself? How can I do it? So I ended up writing a poem to introduce me, to introduce the service, stuff like that. So I did it. I wrote the poem out. I loved it. I couldn't memorize it yet. It was hard for me to memorize. So I ended up presenting it at the youth service, and it was a hit. They loved it. I don't know if it was just because they were stroking my ego because of who I was as the pastor's daughter. I don't know. I feel like it was probably pretty decent. But if I look back today, if somebody could find footage of that poem, of me reciting that poem or reading it or whatever, I'll probably be like, that was horrible. Was horrible. I guarantee you I would probably be like, that was horrible, more than likely. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to let it be. We're going to let that time be for what it was and allow myself to appreciate the fact that I have grown in so many ways when it comes to writing poems or songs or whatever. Rhymes is what you all may call it. But I wrote poetry first. And I really liked it. Then I started listening to instrumentals. To beats. So I'm like, I wonder if I could put, this poem with on top of a beat. So I looked into some beats and I would write poems, and then I would start reciting poetry with music behind me. And it wouldn't be like, music with a steady beat. It would just be like melodic type, like meditation type. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like smooth type music. It wasn't always, So I would write meaningful poems. I would recite them. I would try to memorize them. I would always fuck up when I was trying to memorize these poems. I would always, it was a couple times where I remember my lyrics, but then it was sometimes where I was like, yeah, dog, I don't remember my lyrics. But it got to a point where I was like, you know what? But I kept reciting poetry. I kept reciting it. And then it got to a point where I started using up-tempo type beats and started writing to those beats. Next thing I knew, I was writing songs. And then I remember actually my cousin Zeke is the very first person that helped me write a song. I think that was the very first time. Before I knew I could write poems, I wrote a song when I was younger. And he might not remember this, but I do. My cousin Zeke, I remember I reached out to him and I asked him if he could help me arrange a song, because I had a tune stuck in my head and I needed to get it out. And I knew he was doing music. So I asked my cousin Zeke if he could help me write a song. And my big cousin helped me. So I remember he came over a couple times with his keyboard, and I sang to him the song, the idea that I had, the lyrics and all of that. And he was like, that's pretty good. I almost said what he called me. I'm not going to say it. But he was like, that's pretty good. Yeah. He was like, okay, so what if we did this? Or what if we did this? Or sometimes in a song, you should say this, like this first, and then the hook is supposed to, you know what I'm saying? The hook is supposed to be like a whole contradiction. The hook is supposed to, he taught me some stuff. And that was my very first time learning like how to write music, how to write a song, how to arrange a song. He helped me with that. And ever since then, like I've just been still using that same type of, the same thing he told me I've been using for my music. And now it's kind of like, it comes like that. My granddad, actually, my dad's dad, and I said this before, my dad's dad was a famous blues singer, James Carr. Look him up. At the Darkened Street, Mind Messed Up, and a few other songs that he did that were very, very popular. A lot of people love him still to this day and still listen to his music. And I'm actually probably going to put, I'm going to put footage of us going to Memphis, Tennessee. That is happening. It happened last week, actually. Memphis, Tennessee, because my granddad was put into the Music Hall of Fame. So I'm going to put footage of it at the end of this video, at the end of this podcast. So you all can see. But my granddad was a genius when it came to creating music. He was a genius when it came to arranging music, things like that. And I do believe that I got his gift. I believe that I got my granddad's gift. Not saying that nobody else did, but I do believe that I am one that inherited his gift as well. And I am able to write a song in an hour. Like, how Tyler Perry sit there and write and film movies or shows or a whole episode in a day. That's me when it comes to music. I can write a song in an hour. I can record a song and have a whole song arranged within an hour. Just like that. It takes nothing for me to hear a tune. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, I can say this to this. And then I'll start arranging it. Whether I do the hook first, or then I'll go to the first verse, or I do the second verse. It just depends. But I can write a song and have a whole song recorded within an hour. Like, it's not a whole project, a whole day project for me. And if I don't think I ever tried, but I think I've written at least 3 songs in one day before. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's not hard for me. Actually, I can write a song within like 20 minutes and then have it recorded and arranged and everything like that, fully prepared to present within an hour is what I'm saying. So, I have a musical ability to do that. And I've developed a love for music, for writing music. And then this new sound, this melodic type rap or whatever you want to call it, came out a while ago. Like T-Pain is actually the first person to start using auto-tune. One of the first people, I think. I could be wrong. We're going to look it up together. But T-Pain is somebody that inspired me to be like, because I've never really been confident like that in my voice. Never really been confident like that. And I compare myself a lot. And sometimes that's what we do when we know we have siblings or family members who have a similar type of gift that we have as well. Not even just siblings or family members, but friends or people around the community or people that, that are close to you, whether they're in your inner circle or not. But it's other people that can discourage us and don't even know that they're discouraging us. Some people not doing it on purpose. I'm not going to say everybody's doing it on purpose. But there can be times where you become discouraged. That's better. You become discouraged because this person has the same type of gift as me, but they better at it. They sound better at it. They do it better. They present it better. Nah, you have a uniqueness to your gift. It's different. It's different. My siblings can sing, but they all sound different. I used to always believe that my sister's supposed to sing opera. That's just me. She's in a Broadway Lion King over in, I don't know where she is right now, but I've always believed that. And she used to always say she wanted to be on Broadway. She used to always say that. My youngest brother, I love his voice. He has a great voice. My older brother as well, he has a great voice. And then my other brother plays the drums. And then another brother of mine plays the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? So we all have musical ability. Like I can carry a note, I can hold a note, but don't ask me to sing no solo unless you got some auto-tune for me until I get some confidence in my voice. I'm just saying. But just being real and being real transparent here. Like I don't care who knows, but I know what my gift and my ability is, and some people, my cousins, they might disagree. I don't care. But I mean, that's just what it is, because we was all in the choir together. And I remember also my cousin Zeke used to have us. I remember one time he had me when his dad had a church out in Hopkins Park, Illinois. Ooh, if you ain't never been to Hopkins Park, boy, make sure you got a backup plan, as in a backup life plan if you go to Hopkins Park, because Hopkins Park is the place. But I remember his dad owned a church. He was a pastor of a church in Hopkins Park, and Zeke used to go out there and record. And I remember when I think it was around Christmas time, because I think me and my siblings used to go, because my parents got married on Christmas, and me and my siblings used to go and stay with my auntie while they were away for their anniversary. So it was one time my cousin Zeke, he went to the church, and was playing, he was recording new music, and I wanted to go with him, and he took me, and it was one song. I don't know if he still has it or knows where it is, but he had me singing every part with him, because he was stacking or layering the vocals, and he had me sing every part: soprano, alto, tenor, and I did not know I could sing the soprano type that he needed. I didn't know. So honestly, between him and my dad, they're the two that taught me how to really hold a note, how to find the note, how to find the harmony, all of that. I learned so much, and thinking about it, like talking it through now, I never knew how much, music, or how much I knew about, music. I never knew. And, of course, I was in band growing up, played the flute. My siblings were in band as well. But I had a lot of practice with my cousin, with my dad. We were all in the choir. And then my cousin, also Zeke, he would use us, for vocals or backup vocals or whatever it was. And I was willing to do it. Like, I just loved the experience. I loved the fact that my cousin Zeke noticed that I could sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that he could use me or utilize my voice. Because I never felt like my voice could be used. I was in the praise team in my dad's church, the alto. That's why I go hard for the altos. You feel me? So, yeah, like music is in my bones. Music is what is been a part of me my entire life. And even when I didn't even know it, it's been a part of me my entire life. So let's move forward. Let's look into a song of mine that I did. So there's a song that I released first, and it's probably done the best out of all the songs that I've ever released. And it was released at a hard time in my life, and I don't think a lot of people know that. But this song has been I mean, it's just thinking about it reminds me of where I was. I was broken. I needed an out of the situation that I was in and where I was physically, not physically, where I was mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was trying to find me. I was trying to find that balance, and I needed some inspiration. And I remember I was listening to an instrumental, and I was on the phone with my best friend at the time, Crystal, and she heard the beat, and she was like, "Do you hear that?" And I was like, "What?" She said, "It sounds like they saying keep moving. It sounded like she was like, "You hear it?" I'm like, "A little bit." And she was like, "Keep moving, gotta keep moving on." And I'm like, "It does." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna call you back." Because whenever I'm on the phone and I hear a beat and she hear it too, she be like, "You hear that? It sound like they saying it." So I'll feed off of that. And I'll be like, okay. And that's what happened with Keep Moving. Like the hook, if it wasn't for her hearing Keep Moving, the hook, Keep Moving wouldn't be what it was. So Keep Moving is probably one of my most successful songs that I released here in my hometown. I'm praying that it does numbers elsewhere. I'm praying that it is in movies and in other films, or in TV shows, or whatever it is, on tracks, on the radio, or if people still listen to the radio. I'm praying that it hits other platforms, and I'm going to speak it actually onto this on this podcast right now, that this song will continue to do numbers and it won't die, because this song is definitely an uplifter. It don't get no better than Keep Moving. Gotta keep moving on. Gotta keep on. Gotta keep moving. Okay, so I know I'm singing it and y'all ain't heard it yet, so let's go to it. Let's do it. Keep Moving. And my guy Garion Hammond filmed this for me. So I hit up my guy Smitty, who is featured in this song, Smitty, and I might give him a call while I'm recording. But I hit up Smitty and I was like, "Yo, I need a verse on this song that I'm working on," and I let him hear it. And my dude always let me know if it's whack or if it's a go. And he let me know. He said, "That's a go." He said, "Oh, we gonna fuck this up." He was like, this movie is supposed to be doing numbers. This song is supposed to be in movies. This song's gonna be doing numbers. It's supposed to be in movies. It's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be bigger than what it is. Let's push it. And that was something Smitty always said every time he saw me. So when he heard the song, he let me hear his verse, and I'm like, "Bruh, record it, send it to me." He did that. I went to the studio, I laid it, and this is what came out to be. Now, there's some things, with I ain't even gonna get into it. I feel like the mixing, I'll let you hear it, but I feel like certain things could have been a little better. I do want to re-record it and revamp it a little bit, now that I got a little bit more of a taste of who Lady G is and what I want the song to sound like. But I ain't gonna take away the OG version of "Gotta Keep Moving," because everybody love that part. It's gonna be stuck in your head, I guarantee you. So let me go to this, and I should have did this song last, but whatever. I'm gonna do this first. Shout out to you, Garion. Y'all hit up King Hammond if y'all want some good films. I got Smitty on the track, and we were I'm gonna explain the video once it's all done and good. So here we go. Yep. For my sisters,
gotta keep moving,
who need a little motivation. See if I turn that up. Gotta keep your head up when it look bad. Keep your soul strong. We got power, we can
gotta
do
keep
it.
moving.
Yeah, Lady G.
Gotta keep moving on. Wait a minute, let me fill it out. Hard times shall come around.
Let me get. First of all, these are my kids. This one right here, that's one of the twins. That's Imari when she was, how old were they? When was this? I gotta look at the date. That's Eli, and that's Emma. And then my other twin is, I'll show y'all. It's funny. Get a piece of the wave. Lady G, here came to stay.
Gotta fight that's on a range. Keep it right, yeah, it's on the safe.
Take it up for a veteran page.
Keep moving, yeah, had to fade.
Turn the page, series of a state. Got the low runner looking for a place to stay. I got my home on a new level, none to shake.
Got my ground on cruise, yeah, shaking, babe.
Tit tat, make them see how you came to great. Put my hands up,
show 'em what I'm here to do.
I see you, Zacchaeus, was curious too.
Seeking more as you climb, he'll point to you.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving. Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving.
Here we go. Yeah. Lady G.
Hey, gotta keep moving on.
Shoot.
This life level of life it brings. Yeah. Gon' glean and you share the dream. Chat it up from A to Z. Such potential from my womb, base of concrete. Girl, you blossom with the bloom from the sonic boom. People hate but can't dictate creative space. Give them a run for their money.
I didn't realize she was doing the moves until like a couple of years ago. I was watching this and I was like, look at my baby over there doing it, keep moving. I think she was like 2, maybe 2 or 1. I don't remember. Maybe she was 2. 1. I'm going to have to look because if this was 2019, she was 2.
What I always say, nuclear civil war with the prayer base. Put my trust and soul and an inner peace. It's a that you give when it's only me. Millions get to hear what it needs to be. Billions get to call me great. Yeah.
I did not know my son was back behind me. Just
G. Next level, I captivate for ones to see. I play double and advocate for friends in need. Let's pray right with the strength to fight and mouth and feet. I put a cap on it and I say what my life could be. Keep your head up. Yeah. Gotta keep moving. Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving.
DJ, I'm gonna show y'all cause we got a song together too, and I'm gonna definitely do that one. But that dude a fool for real.
Yeah. Gotta keep moving. Head up. So strong, gotta keep moving.
Hey, baby girl, keep your head to the sky. And even if you can't, just try. I know your old dude at home feed lies. If you ever ask Smith, you a diamond in my eye. I know life hard and it make you wanna cry, but I know it gets good with God on your side if you're throwing it.
Now y'all see this, right? This the wide screen, the wide. So here's my other twin, right? He's sitting here, but now this is Smitty's mom. Shout out to you. This is his mom. And my other twin. So she actually knows and loves my kids. And he would not act right. He kept crying. He didn't want to be there. You see how he looking at everybody like, if y'all don't hurry the fuck up so I can go home. Like, he was not wanting to be there. And he wouldn't stop crying. So I tried to do takes with him on my other lap, like with her. But he just didn't want to be there. I guess he didn't want to be in the video. So I was like, she was like, give him to me. So she ended up taking him. And there you go. He still ended up being in it, whether he knows it or not. But that's the other twin right there. So it's 4. 1, 2. That ain't her. Emma got down because he was trying to get Emma's attention. She got down. 1, 2, 3. And then Emma down now.
In the town and you're screaming that you tried. I could bet about 1,000,000 reasons why. Keep your head to the sky.
Gotta keep your head up.
Yeah.
Gotta keep moving.
Smitty.
Yeah. Gotta keep moving. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving. Yeah.
I will dug into the day I die. Okay, you hear me? Oh, look, is that Whitney on this shirt? I didn't even know this.
Gotta keep moving. Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving.
That was Gary on. That's the one that shot my video.
Keep your head up. Yeah. Keep moving on. Gotta keep moving on. Keep your head up. Gotta keep moving. Keep your head strong.
That's my cousin Jacory right
Gotta
there.
keep moving on.
G. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I want to say this. The song, the video, Smitty told me that they were doing a cookout. Maroon Misfits was a group that he was a part of, and it was a whole lot of artists that was involved, a lot of brothers that was involved, and they were pretty dope. Well, not pretty dope. They were dope, like, period. And they were having a barbecue, and I don't know if it was a summer barbecue or back to school barbecue, but they ended up doing that, and I asked them when I saw it, I was like, yo, we could just film the video there. I hit up Gary on to tell him, like, meet us out there, and I think it was at the state park. And I was like, let's film it. And he was like, yeah, whatever you want to do, sis, like, let's do it. So we ended up doing it, man. And I think, like, the song was a hit. Like, I don't know if, let me see. Let me go back. First of all, the song, yeah, it did pretty decent. It did some decent numbers. 2,000 views. It was 5 years ago. So it was 2019. It was 5 years ago. And, you know, a few comments. Yeah, 815, good shit, people. Facts. 815 got some talents, man. And like, for real, Kankakee, we got some talents. And my guy Kent always say Kankakee got some jewels. There's some jewels in Kankakee, for real. Like, if most get their shit together and stop playing. But for real, like, this was one of my best songs. Like, it did numbers on Facebook. It did numbers, like, the promo did numbers on Instagram. It did numbers on YouTube. And I was grateful. I was satisfied. You know, I was happy that people were rolling with it. And people didn't even realize I was going through a divorce. People didn't even realize I was being, you know, feeling mentally drained, emotionally. I think it was a couple months after that I was homeless. It was a lot that I had to endure. And not even a couple of months. It was a couple of weeks after that. Like, it was a lot that I had to endure. Let me see. 2000, not 2000. This was, it doesn't even, I don't think it says the month. No, ain't no month on it. But I want to get my guy on the horn and see, have him say some things about Keep Moving. Because honestly, like, if it's one thing that I know is that when you got the gift, you got the gift, and you better use it. You better spread it. You better do what you got to do, you know? So that's the song. And, man, look, at this point, let me see if I can get him. If he act right. Let me see.
Yo.
What it do?
What's going on, Steve?
Yo, I am actually in the middle of recording my podcast, right? And this episode is me going through some of my songs. And I was like, let me hit up Smitty real quick on the horn so we can talk about Keep Moving.
Yeah. With Keep Moving, those are one of those tracks that are universal tracks. And what I mean by universal, they could be used in numerous places. When you first presented the track to me, the first thing I heard was, man, this sound like some that Adele would get on, or anthems for Tyler Perry movies,
yeah,
or, you know, black films where they were bringing the cookouts back, you know, any woman, female movies that's doing pushing women empowerment, you know. I heard it on a lot of those things, and Keep Moving is a very inspirational track, and it was a blessing to be on that track, you know.
Facts. And we definitely got more in the archives coming, but I do know that Keep Moving was it was probably my best track that I released, and I'm glad I released it first. And I know that when I heard the beat, I thought of you and your raspiness, and I was like, I want you to get on this, and you got on there and you killed it. So I definitely wanted the people to hear your take on it, hear, you know, your version of what you heard when you heard the beat and heard Keep Moving. But we gonna keep pushing, and we gonna keep spitting out these songs though, these lyrics and shit.
Most definitely, we got to. You know, it don't stop.
It don't stop. It don't.
This is for the world. Anybody that's doing music at this time, if your music is more, it don't matter if it has cursing or not. If it has a message and it's pushing more towards the positive, this is the best time to push your music, because old buildings are crumbling, and new buildings are coming up. And rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. That was his saying, you know, on his Crenshaw mixtape, and it's real talk. You know, a lot of these brothers in hip hop are being crucified right now, and I'm not the one to get on the internet and bash, you know, the brothers, because, you know, Puffy, you know, he's another Hugh Hefner, and, you know, the list goes on, you know, Jeff Epstein, you know, some of these top-ranking presidents, this stuff, you know, been happening for a while. But it's one of those things where you see the rise and the fall. So while they're falling, we should be building. That's all. You know, we should be pushing our talents the hardest at this time, because these are the times where the Most High is more about character. Just like, for instance, everybody was talking about how Lil Wayne got from the Super Bowl, you know. I'm one of those type of people. Like, I could see what people are saying. It's New Orleans. Why not have them? But also, you got to look at God's work. You know, this is a time to where Kendrick Lamar made a song, They Not Like Us. And it represented something on a higher level. You know, on how Drake, you know, he capitalizes off the black culture, you know. When problems come up with the black culture, he doesn't represent at all, you know, and it's his choice, you know. But at the same time, you know, Kendrick Lamar he's moving his spiritual way. And you know, if you know anything about New Orleans and Hurricane Katrina, after Hurricane Katrina, it was so many killings and rapings and survival going out there. So I think this is the perfect time for spiritual warfare to actually take place.
Yeah.
So I believe it's God's work, you know.
I agree. And spiritual warfare looks different for some people. Because some people warfare differently than others, especially when it comes to battling. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree, and I respect that 100%. Kendrick Lamar was on to something, and they always go with what's hot in the moment. And Kendrick Lamar was doing numbers as well. And like you said, it's definitely spiritual. I agree for a fact. I understand Lil Wayne's situation, but I agree. Kendrick Lamar might be, you know, the purpose right now, for sure.
Yeah, because Lil Wayne, you know, is shout out to that brother, but you know, a lot of his music is more dope fame music. It's more, you know, it doesn't, like, he could rap, but it doesn't have a point to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's the greatest rapper alive. You know, he just rap. He can just say words. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I agree. But I appreciate you. I know I just like bombarded you. But I was like, let me call my brother real quick so we can spread some love on this podcast. But I'm definitely going to have you on here, and we're going to touch on your songs too, on your music. We got to. We got to.
I appreciate you for calling me, see.
Oh, for sure. Appreciate you. I'm going to be hitting you up. I need a haircut tomorrow.
All right, most definitely. Take it easy, man.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's your girl Lady J.